Hello, you're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random characters. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. Just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
We make up people in our heads. We are sane people.
There's a lot of people that do that, and you know it.
Is there?
Yes.
Or is that a sign of schizophrenia?
No, it's a sign of creativity.
That's what we tell ourselves, and that's why we made a podcast.
Yep.
Let's just continue in that denial. As you can tell, this is another special episode of Character Jam, so we don't have to roll on any tables.
Nope.
Tiffy, you're in charge of this, so you can explain.
Once again, we are going to be using the Fatum card setup, but this time I've actually discovered an app. They have an app as well. And so I just hit the character randomizer button, and here we go, I guess. So, our character's class comes up as Barbarian. Also, the race was drawn for this as well, and we've got a human. So, human, Barbarian. Where's my list of what order to do
Also, it
things
looks
in?
like the picture it's a woman. I don't know if we'll actually do that or not.
I think that's just the artwork for Barbarian. Honestly, she looks glorious, and I love that. But we could either flip a coin later to figure out, or go off of what some of the other stuff is as
Yeah,
to.
we'll decide that later.
Yeah. So, next up is our origins, and we got Desert. Desert Barbarian. Fascinating. Next up, background. Looks like anarchist. Fun.
Okay, like a desert wanderer kind of thing. It's like
Yeah,
the rules of the deserts. There's no society kind of thing.
right? Okay, so for our bonds, on the left side, daughter. So, something about this barbarian's daughter. Also, the app automatically drew a race for our daughter, and she's an elf. So, I'm guessing half elf in this case, since
Or
mom is
adopted.
human or adopted. Yeah, actually. If she's a full elf, then adopted is most likely. The bond on the other side is chief. The chief, which is dragonborn. So, that's a fun chief right there. So, this person is very close to their chief and also very close to their daughter.
But then they're anarchist.
They're also an anarchist. That's just their background. That may not necessarily be who they are now. Maybe they used to be an anarchist.
Okay, I get your point, yeah.
Yeah. Mark of the past is romance. So, something in their past is very romantic. I mean, that might be how they ended up with a daughter. Eh? Impetus, which is, once again, what drives them, is selfless sacrifice. And honestly, the picture here is kind of awesome. The person's literally missing their arm. It's kind of cool.
Well, she's missing her hand from the wrist, and in her other hand looks like
The armor,
the hand.
well, it's like from the elbow down is just armor. So I'm thinking from the elbow down is like a surrogate hand or like a
By the way, I'm
replacement,
gonna post this picture so
of
you can
course.
actually see what I mean. Like what
And
we're
it's
talking about.
much better quality this time, guys, because it is not me trying to take a picture of cards. It is a screenshot.
So much easier. I love technology.
Now we get to answer the questions on the cards. So we'll go back up to the bonds. So the first bond is our daughter. And then it's who. I'm guessing who is the other parent. All it gave us was fighter.
I thought that meant that the daughter is a fighter.
Oh, or it could be the daughter is a fighter. I don't know. It just says who. So the daughter grows up to be a fighter. Farter.
Farter, yeah.
It's all babies for you, though.
I assume because to go a little bit ahead, for the who under romance says artist. I assume that's the father,
Ooh, okay. Got you there. That makes sense. So the daughter ends up being a fighter.
which makes sense. The mom's a barbarian.
And since you jumped ahead, yes, the romance was with an artist. Going to the other bond, our chief, it just says who? Deity. So, some sort of deity going on here? That's kind of cool. Does the chief become a deity? Is the chief very closely connected with a deity? I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then, oh man, this picture is actually smaller than I would like for it to be. There we go, I can zoom in. So, the selfless sacrifice. For Magic item wielder. So something that, the thing that drives them is they sacrificed themselves, something of themselves, like not their whole body because apparently they're still alive, hopefully, for a magic item wielder. I'm wondering if that magic item wielder is the artist.
Okay, I kind of have somewhat of an idea.
Oh, you got something now?
I'm trying to pull like the last time. I'm
There
trying
we go.
I'm trying to do a Hail Mary pass right now. But one, I just want to clarify, just like the other episode, we're trying to
Mhm.
make a character that would be a adventure for like someone to play as a character.
Either that or as a really cool NPC.
Yes. But usually try with the basis of like backstory for a character that needs to go out venturing so a player can use that kind of story.
Pretty much. That is, like, kind of the basis of this card game as well, is you're randomizing your character. Or you start with stuff that, like, you build your character and you're like, "Alright, I need to make this character more interesting." So you start by playing like, laying out the cards that really represent your character, then you answer the questions on them. It's like, "So, okay, why did they do this?" Well, here's your answer.
Okay. Without that out of the way, here's my Hail Mary pass.
Okay.
So, Barbarian is a part of a desert tribe
Mhm.
that's it's gonna be weird because of the last episode, but that's like kind of cultish, you know.
Ah,
They view
yes.
the chief or the dragonborn as a deity, as like you know how cults are. I don't have to explain
Yes.
further on that one.
Yeah, their chief is essentially their god.
But if they believe, like, especially when it's like a dragonborn, maybe like the view of like survival of the fittest,
Probably.
maybe this is where it's gonna get a little bit iffy. But the barbarian like meets up with like an artist. And have you ever seen those like family YouTube channels where they
Mhm.
adopt a kid just for views?
Oh, no, yeah.
It's that kind of like the artist wanted to do that just to like see what it's like to raise an elf child for like a play that he's writing.
Okay.
But then when things start getting tough, he's like, I just need this out of for a story, and then like bails, right? But let's say the daughter grows up within this like commune or like cult or tribe in which the survival of the fittest kind of mentality, the chieftain like wants to give her daughter a magical item that's supposed to be like attuned, like possibly harmful to them, but then in exchange for greater power.
Gotcha.
And the barbarian, the main character, doing a selfless act of basically interrupting with that, causing great pain and possibly mangling herself in the process.
You're really rolling with the main character here is female?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that would lead into the selfless sacrifice with a magical item wielder.
Yeah,
Possibly that cause disruption or anything like that within the tribe itself, getting kicked out.
gotcha.
But I don't know if that means that the daughter will come with or not, or the daughter would stay in the tribe. I have no idea. That was my attempt at this.
Right. Well, I like that. I like that. Let's build off of it. So, our main character, glancing over at my list of various names, I land on Maya. I kind of like it.
Spelled how?
Maia. Maya.
Okay.
Yes? No? Maybe?
No, no, I'm
Lost one?
sorry. Like when I hear the name Maya, I just think of Phoenix, right? Ace
Oh,
Attorney.
gotcha.
Because
Yeah.
that's Maya and her sister Mia Mia.
Yeah.
And it's just like when you said that, I just immediately went to that. And if it
Okay.
was spelled the same way, I'd be like, okay, so she gets accused of murder like 3 times.
Anyway, she sees this little elven girl who's gonna be given this terrible thing that's just gonna ruin her life, but eventually make her stronger. Doesn't want her to have the whole ruined life bit, just so, she can be powerful in the tribe and such. So kind of takes her under her wing, essentially becoming her mother.
Maybe that's like how the tribe is like it's just it gathers misfits in the
Yeah,
desert, like lost in the desert or anything like that.
yeah. Like none of them are actually related. They
Yeah.
basically would be like, "Hey, you, I like you. You're my kid now. I'm gonna take care of you."
Like, join us. Like, no, they give them the choice, like, hey, you could be weak and you could die out here in the desert, or you could join with us and become strong and actually
Yeah.
fend for yourself, like that kind of mentality.
And when our main character, I'm still thinking her name is going to be Maya, but if you would like it to be something else, I can
No,
look.
I'm fine with that. I just point out
Okay.
the similarities.
Okay. So when she steps in and it's just like, no, don't give her that. Give it to me instead. And it's like probably causes such a big uproar that, they're like, no, this is meant for her, not you. But maybe she, like, I don't know, steps in and grabs it or, does the thing, like bonds with it somehow so that it cannot be given to the little girl.
Oh, maybe it's like a ceremony kind of thing, and
It
like
could
the
be.
the overprotective mother kind of like
Yeah.
approach of like she thinks that her daughter's not ready.
Right. Because she's too young.
But then she's like, "No, I'm old enough, I could go through the ceremony," and she interrupts the ceremony.
Yeah. So ceremony's interrupted. She now has the magic item that will harm her, but eventually make her stronger somehow. We don't know exactly.
Oh, if you could, like, negotiate with your game master of, like, starting with a cursed weapon.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And so now she's been kicked out of the tribe, but the daughter stays.
Oh, so you're having the daughter stay.
Yeah, because I would think the daughter would be mad about this too. So when the chief kicks out Maya, the daughter chooses to stay and not go with her.
So she's ashamed that, like, oh, yeah, because she would be like that teenager frustration, like, "I am ready."
Right. So the dungeon master could eventually bring in the daughter with a new cursed weapon.
Slash, like, oh, she'll have her own cursed weapon, but then she'll also, like, if these cursed weapons, like, does harm to you while giving you like, greater power,
Yeah.
you can have it evolve over levels and all that stuff.
Right.
But then, like, they could have it where the daughter will show up where the chieftain assigns her because she's now a betrayer of the tribe to hunt her mother down,
Yes.
to overcome her weakness.
Her, like, coming of age hunt, probably, is to hunt her own mother. Not by blood, but, she raised her. I feel like that's a pretty fun background there.
Okay, so how would we tie in? Because the daughter is found in the desert as a join the like misfits kind of thing to become
Right.
strong. How does the romance artist come in?
Well, you said originally it was the artist that brought the daughter in, right?
No, but yeah, we kind of changed that for like them just finding like random people that join in the desert tribe.
I mean, that could literally just be a random fling somewhere in her past after she got banished.
I mean, yeah, the background we came up with is pretty good,
Yeah.
and it's hard to fit in a romance with an artist.
Okay, so here's a thought. What if she did have a romance, like with an artist, maybe an elven artist, who then you later on find out that the daughter is actually the daughter of that artist, but from someone else?
Actually, hang on, I got an idea.
Or
Uh,
possibly from that fling.
I got an idea. Uh, our original thing still saying that when she leaves the tribe,
Yeah.
she then goes and tries to live a quiet life in which she marries an artist.
Oh, there you go.
And then she starts living just a quiet, normal life. And then the daughter starts hunting her down, and she doesn't want to kill her own daughter, of who someone she views as her own daughter.
Right.
And so then she runs from that life.
Okay, so now she's just being hunted, so she has to stay on the move.
Yes.
Okay, I like that.
She has to either find a way to not kill the woman that she views as her daughter
Yes.
while still staying alive.
Ooh, that's heavy. I like it.
Wow, that was easy.
Yeah. I love coming up with characters so much. Do we want to name the daughter?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's come up with a name for the daughter.
Okay, back to my lovely list of names. Hmm. Well, going off of Maya, I could go with this one, which is Yaya.
I was thinking, like, oh, why don't we just do Mia?
You want to call her Mia? That's fine.
Because it's still Ace Attorney.
I was kind of joking about the Yaya because I'm not a huge fan of that name. It's kind of interesting. No offense to anyone actually named Yaya.
If Maya is Maia, we have to
Hmm.
spell Mia slightly different than Phoenix Wright.
That's literally an actual way to spell Maya. Okay. Mia?
No, I'm just saying, like, because Phoenix Wright's Maya was Maya, and this one is Maia.
Yeah, those are 2 legitimate
Yeah,
ways to spell it.
I'm just saying we just play off of like it's similar to. It's supposed to be just a joke of that about that.
I know, but how else would you spell Mia?
Mya,
That's just Mia. Um, Meeah.
Meeah.
Mhm.
It sounds like it spells Mia.
That's yeah,
I thought it
that's
was
what we're
Maya.
no, Maya is the mom. Mia is the daughter.
Oh wow, I totally switched them. This is the problem.
See, that's the confusing part. That's why I was trying to go with something completely different,
But that
not
does sound funny if you're playing the barbarian and you're trying to
yeah,
explain this whole thing.
yeah. No. My name is Maya. Her name is Mia. She's my daughter, but not really, and she kind of hates me because I saved her life.
I ruined her coming of age ceremony. You know what? That's perfect. If
I
you
love
want to
it.
take a lighter approach, do that in
Yeah.
this really dark backstory.
I mean, dark backstories are what makes a really good D&D character.
Well, it's like a dime a dozen, though.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a dark backstory.
Everyone's got to have a dark backstory. All right. Are we ready to go on to character 2 now?
Yeah. Do you already have one?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Luckily
now I
with
see it. Yeah.
yeah. Luckily with this app, I can pre-generate characters all day. But I only made 2. So, our next character class is Artificer. Their race is Tiefling. Their first bond is once again the chief. But this time the chief is a gnome. Another bond is an ally who is a dwarf. Up in their origins, we have palace. So, be it they are royalty or are just somebody who lived in the palace and did stuff. I don't know. Their background is doctor. Oh, so they were the palace doctor. That makes sense.
And that makes it the was it the alchemist?
Possibly, yeah, could be the alchemist subclass of artificer. That sounds like fun. So, mark of the past. Betrayed. That's always fun. And impetus, what drives them? Wealth. So, if we go back up to the chief, who? Who is the chief? Or in this case, possibly the king? I don't know. Maybe. They're from a palace, so maybe their chief lives in a palace. Anyway, the chief is a bard. So that's a fun combo. Their ally, the dwarf, is a sorcerer. Possibly the court sorcerer or the, sorcerer, high sorcerer to the chief. Never know. The question for the Mark of the Past, betrayed by whom? A diplomat. Never trust a diplomat. And wealth. Why? Why do they want so much wealth? For love. Maybe they think if they're rich, someone will love them.
Or they just love money.
Or they just really love money. Maybe.
Okay. I feel like we might be starting a trend.
Uh-oh.
Because you do your long explanations,
Yeah.
I just sit here and I just analyze every card.
It gives you time to think.
So I think, hey, if you want to like access kind of format, but I feel like it's just you describe the cards and then I do my Hail Mary.
And then I build off of that. I think it's fine. I like your Hail Marys.
Okay. So my initial grand design is the chief gnome, who's a bard, is really the lead, the guild leader
Okay.
for the artificer or like the doctors league that has medical professionals in the palace. He works in the palace
Gotcha.
as the doctor, and the chief is the chief of his guild.
Okay.
Like the palace is outsourcing the doctor's jobs.
Gotcha. So he's the head doctor, but also a bard?
No, maybe he's just like the the guild masters where they just take on administrative duties.
Okay, gotcha.
You know,
Mhm.
maybe that kind of position.
Okay.
He working at the palace long enough. He basically, yeah, I would say the dwarf sorcerer will be the court wizard kind of thing, court sorcerer.
Yeah.
And he's just worked there long enough that they've gone buddy buddy kind of thing.
Yeah. Close friend.
And I think this is, well, the last 2 sets are obvious. His love for wealth, he just views this as a job.
Yeah.
He's not particularly like loyal to whoever's palace this is. He's not loyal to his chief or anything like. The Artificer just gets paid, and that's how they view it.
Gotcha.
Um, the betrayal, I think that's probably one of the more obvious ones, especially if this is like a palace where I guess palace would be more royalty, but
Typically,
high
but
noble.
like high nobles can have palaces too. It's just a type of building. It's just how high do they see themselves?
But the diplomat could be someone who's like possibly trying to sort of assassination attempt kind of thing where they betray the artificer to
And like,
get them fired from their job so that they could slip in their own doctor. So then
oh,
possibly could use that to poison the family members of the palace.
there you go.
And so him getting fired sucks and all, but then he only did that to get paid. So then what else do you have to do to get paid but to just and that ruined his cred within the guild. So
Yeah, I was
he
thinking he'd
can't
probably
work
get
with the guild anymore.
kicked out of that guild. So he's
Yeah.
now a lone
Adventure.
adventurer
Yes, just because
looking for
that
a
is
party.
one of the best ways to get money is to risk your life adventuring.
Yep.
And that's all he cares about. Or she.
Man, I mean, you kept saying he, so I went off of
Well,
that
my
and found a really cool name.
My usual go-to is just if I don't know the gender, I generally say he, but that could mean either gender to me.
Exactly. And honestly, the picture on the card could be either as well. It could be
Oh, the picture
young
is
boy
like a
or
young
girl.
boy, so it's really hard to tell if it's
See, I see that more as feminine, but you see it more as
no. I'm
masculine.
I'm
So
saying
honestly,
a young boy meaning before puberty, where you can't. It's you
right.
can have a feminine boy, or that could be just a teenage girl. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Honestly, I think it's a pretty cool picture. If any of you get a chance, I definitely recommend going to look at that picture because it's kind of cool. I quite like it.
But yeah, I don't know the gender.
Well, we'll go with boy since you kept saying boy, and honestly, back in ye olden days, doctors were usually dudes.
Well,
If you go off of, way back when.
that doesn't matter. You
Okay.
could put taste standards on things.
Anyway, I found a cool name.
Yeah.
Ashwin Galagos.
I do like the first name Ashwin. I'm not sure about Gallicus, but
No?
I feel well, it is an extravagant name, but I feel like that fits more of a nobler kind of name than like just a lowly doctor who has not much of a background. You know what I mean?
It could also be pronounced Gallegos, going off of my limited knowledge of Spanish.
That's more knowledge than me.
Sometimes two L's is a
2
Y.
years in high school that I barely remember.
1 year, and I mostly learned how to knit.
We are not academic people.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, me with
I
my
thought I could.
bachelor's degree. What you got?
Oh, shush. For those of you listening, I have an Associates of Applied Science in Visual Communications.
And we're both not using our degrees.
Nope, not in the slide. Well, we are kind of for this.
Sure. I mean, somewhat. I didn't take like audio engineering or audio editing classes
I did.
for this podcast. You did.
Sort of, yeah.
So I know we're really being sidetracked right now, but
Oh, yeah, that.
I never
So,
had any of those classes.
back on that name. Yay? Nay? Find something
No, that's
else?
fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Ashwin is a nice name. I really
Okay.
like the first name.
I mean, you could always give him the last name House.
Ashwin House.
Yeah.
Oh, Doctor House. Wow, that took me a second.
I was about to be like, have you not seen the show House?
It clicked. Okay, it clicked.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, Ashwin is spelled Ashwin. Gallegos or Gallegos, however it is pronounced, is Gallegos. And if you would rather go with house for the lols, it is spelled like a house, House.
And give him a limp and a cane.
That'd be cool. The cane could be the weapon.
And the spellcasting focus.
Yeah.
But anyways, do you have any changes to my initial idea?
No, I really liked it. I have absolutely no changes on this one because you just nailed it first try, my dude.
Well, yes, thank you for the ego boost, but I don't know how well that'll be for an episode.
I'm sorry. It's just I liked all the bits you came up with. Like, I guess we could flesh out maybe the chief, like the ally and the
Okay.
diplomat.
What we could do is like, okay, if we think about in terms and perspective of the game master, if a player played this background, how
Mhm.
would you incorporate the background into like future things, like we did with the barbarian and her daughter coming like occasionally to kill her?
Okay.
How would we do that for this character? I think this should be our new segment if like you really
Yeah.
like my initial
Okay,
throw.
fine. Make me think more. I gotcha.
Oh no, a podcast where we make up stuff you don't want to think.
Thinking hard. If this were the case, I would make this family or like this the chief, like the ruling I
Are
don't
you
want to
talking about the gnome chief or just the ruling family of the palace?
yes. I don't know. If ever the party has dealings with this group, like I would make it so that the party has to deal with this
Oh,
family, like some quest in the future. And that way the artificer, sorry, Ashwin would be like, yeah, they don't like me. They think I killed someone. I didn't, honestly. But they think I did. And that's a problem. And then it could also lead to almost a cold case like
to
investigation where they have
clear
to find
Ashwin's
out,
name.
yeah, where they actually have to go through and figure out who did the kill.
That leads to the diplomat. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so like dealing with anytime because that healers guild or the
Hmm.
doctors guild could be a very prestigious guild that goes across many different areas.
You're bringing them in again?
No, I'm not doing that one because this one is probably
This is a different
the
Doctors Guild?
well, the healers guild from that past quest board episode was all about the misshapen, the demi humans or anything like that.
Mhm.
This one, they probably wouldn't work in a palace and be well
I'm
known. You know what I mean?
wouldn't they? Feel like they would.
Well, no,
Maybe
because
the person in the palace is really progressive, and they want one of those healers in the palace.
okay, I think that's up to you. Listen
Yeah.
To Catch a Cure, that
I
one.
was just yeah. You've
Uh
mentioned them in quite a few other episodes too.
yes, I have. But I've always pictured that guild to be like an underground guild. Like,
That's true, yeah, underground doctors.
yeah, it was the underground doctors like we're going against the law but for the greater good. It's like
Yes.
the underground railroad kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I never pictured them to be like working at a palace.
Okay. Well, that's understandable.
Can't believe I remember all this stuff.
I'm happy you remember all this stuff.
But so if the party and Ashwin ever encounter like having to deal with that, they would bar him and just he will be permanently banned from all guilds.
Yup.
All guild locations.
Oof. Yeah, so, like, maybe even, like, future like, if even if they aren't dealing with this family or, like, this scenario, they try to walk into a guild building, Ashwin's just like, I'm gonna be over here. I can't.
Yeah.
They won't let me. They don't like me." And, like, if the party does continue on into the building, they'll see just a poster of Ashwin that says, "Banned, not allowed. If you see this person, kick them out."
Mhm.
And they're like, "What did you do?"
That could be its own like, the backstory quest lines that you give
Mhm.
players. It would be to then discovering like if they ever go back to a palace with the help of the dwarven sorcerer.
Yeah.
Because the chief won't exactly be helpful. Because
No, no.
the
But I
chief
feel like
gnome bard is going to be the one that's like still antagonistic towards him
yeah,
as they're trying to sneak in with the help with the sorcerer to then find out about the diplomat.
from the get-go, the sorcerer is like, "This guy doesn't murder, he's a doctor! Do no harm." Kind of the doctor shtick. Like, the whole time he's trying to defend his friend, and everyone else is just like, "No, he killed him. Only a doctor could kill like this."
I don't say he killed, maybe attempted kill. Like, if he killed
Okay.
someone in a palace, he'll be jailed
True, yeah, he would definitely be imprisoned. Even attempted murder, actually. So maybe he escaped.
with the help of the sorcerer. Oh, he's a
Yeah.
wanted man.
There's a bounty on his head!
And so then the party, like when they find out they need to clear his name.
Yeah. Because other like and that bounty would probably only stand in, like, one kingdom.
Yeah.
Like, other kingdoms is probably not there, so it's like he's like, "I can't go back to this kingdom, I'm sort of wanted."
No, also like that's why he won't go into that the doctors guild is because they know that they'll just turn him in.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, at least like we developed some more.
Oh, yeah, I think it's great.
And we actually thought of a quest line for a personal backstory that
Yeah,
players
quest
love.
attached. Nice.
Okay, I think, yeah. I think we're satisfied.
I'm satisfied.
And you could develop your own based off of whatever we said. You don't have to go exactly how we said it.
Nope, feel free to use whatever part of this floats your boat.
But if you do use any of these characters, or I was gonna say if you have character ideas of your own, but no, we have an auto generator for that.
I mean, you could give us just a snippet of, "Hey, but what if?" and let us play
Well,
from
you
there.
could tell your opinion about like how would you do this differently? Some little tweaks or anything like that. I would love to hear about that. Let us know on Twitter at QuestBoardPod. But if you have a job posting of your own for our regular QuestBoard podcast episodes, let us know on the same platform. I think with that, I wish you all a good night.
And happy questing!